What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Bargain Camper, and today we're taking a look at my Ozark Trail 2-burner camp stove. Now, I've used this thing on multiple camping trips, cooked several meals on it, and I think I've spent enough time with it to give you guys a solid, honest review. The good, the bad, and whether or not I'd recommend it or not. Alright, so my first impression here. I think this stove looks pretty nice. One of the first things I noticed while looking it over is that the material seems pretty thin, and overall it just feels light and rather cheap compared to, say, a Coleman stove. But coming in at about half the price, as long as it gets the job done, I'm okay with that. Let's get into some of the things I like about this stove. Number 1, there's 2 burners. Being able to cook 2 things at once is always nice. Number 2, it's quick and easy to set up. All you have to do is unfold it, hook up the connector, connect your propane bottle to that, and you're pretty much ready to start cooking, which is great when everyone's hungry and you just want to get a meal going. Number 3, it's compact. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space in the vehicle, which is important when you're hauling everything from huge tents to lawn chairs to multiple coolers to anything else that seems to make its way into your vehicle and along for the trip. And number 4, it's affordable. For the price, it's hard to complain. I don't always have the biggest budget, so when it comes to something like this, that's money I could use to purchase something else for my camping trips. Alright, so we talked about the good, now let's talk about some of the bad. Number 1, this is probably my biggest complaint with this stove. Even on the lowest setting, the burners put out a ton of heat, and it's really difficult to simmer or even cook something like eggs without having your food be cemented to the pan. So for me, it was even more noticeable because I use this lightweight camping cookware set, and those thin pots and pans tend to burn food really easily. So that paired with the stove's limited low heat was a pretty rough combination. That being said, I did find a simple fix. I picked up a set of these heat diffuser plates and they worked like magic. They spread the heat out much more evenly, and now I can use my lightweight pots and pans without having eggs be cemented to the pan. The best part is I didn't have to buy a new stove or replace my cookware. A cheap diffuser plate easily solved that problem for me. So while I still think Ozark Trail could improve on this, it was cheap and easy to fix. Number 2, the control knobs. Now while the knobs themselves do work okay, the indicators on the knobs are basically useless. Depending on where the burner is set, the knobs will be pointed in what feels like a random direction, and it doesn't line up with what your burner is actually set to. So, for example, it'll say that your burner is off or almost off when you're actually on max flame. It's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely something that could be improved. And number 3, the last thing I think I would change about this stove is the fact that there's no built-in igniters. This one kind of gets me too, because it would be a huge improvement on the current design, and it wouldn't have had to add to the cost a whole lot. So anytime you want to use this, you're going to need to make sure you bring matches, a lighter, a ferro rod, or something like that. And preferably you're going to want one of those extra long lighters, or you may singe the hair off your hand. Ask me how I know. So, who is this stove really for? If you're a casual camper, a weekend camper, or just need something inexpensive that works, I think you'll be pretty happy with it. If you're cooking for large groups every weekend, or spending weeks off grid at a time, you may want something a bit more heavy duty. So here's the bottom line. The Ozark Trail 2-burner camp stove is not perfect, but it absolutely gets the job done. The biggest downside for me is definitely the flame control and the fact that I had to make a separate purchase in order to remedy that. Otherwise, it's been a pretty good stove. After a few trips using it and my pots and pans, I'm starting to get everything dialed in, and cooking is getting easier and easier. Overall, I'd probably give this about a 7 out of a 10. If you're looking for a solid budget camping stove, I definitely recommend checking this one out. If this review helped you out, make sure you hit that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.